Hey guys, we're once again back in the tutorial series. So what we got here is once again what I talked about last time, the screen management. We already did the screen. Oops, we already did the screen in the last tutorial, or video. And this one we're doing screen manager. So this one just implements game component because it's not going to be drawn. This isn't something you draw. This is something that keeps track of everything. So that's something to be kept in mind. Unlike screen, you scroll back up, this is a drawable thing. All screens are drawable. So let's keep that in mind as we go on. Once again, this screen management system is from a tutorial back on a website. That link is in the description, so keep that in mind. So starting off, we have a stack of screens. We're calling it screens, and then we're initializing it to new stack screen. C#, it's really cool. Got IntelliSense, or Visual Studio, sorry. Has, IntelliSense, a bunch of other cool stuff. If you scroll over stack, it says, represents a variable size, last in, first out, collection of instances in the same arbitrary type. So, this is really interesting, because it's kind of cool that way. So, it's last in, first out. It's not FIFO like in retail. It's last in, first out. Huh? So the last in is the first. So, basically, we're putting plates on a table, and the very top one, the last one we put on, is the first one off. Okay? That is the first one off. Turn that down. That's the first one off, literally. So that's how I manage screens. So, because you wouldn't want to pull the bottom out, because that wouldn't make any sense. Because in a drawing aspect, the one on top is the one you see most. We're also creating a public event handler of screen event argument. We'll go over here, open that up. So this one's really simple. It just takes in the screen that we created, calls it screen, creates a get set method, returns the screen, and it also sets the screen equal to whatever value you pass in. If you're passing the value, and the constructor, very simple, passes in a screen, sets the screen equal to a screen. Nothing hard there. So then we're calling it on screen change. We'll keep that in mind. Start draw order, and ink and draw order. These are all methods to keep track, kind of. So hello headphones. It's a way it draws it like the components are drawn in ascending order, and it just adds that 100 to it each time. So that's a way to keep adding to it. If you want to read really detailed explanation, you can go to the tutorial. That's in the description of the guy who wrote it. Public screen manager, the constructor, we're just setting the draw order to the start draw order. Really simple. Current screen is a get method, and it's screen.peak, and we scroll over screen.peak, it returns the object at the top of the stack without removing it. And this is very necessary for a lot of games, especially when we're doing like C++ and stuff like that with DirectX. It's basically saying we're going to the top, and once again back to our dish analogy, we're basically like looking at the top dish without removing it. Pop screen, very simple, calls our remove screen method, sets the draw order equal to draw order ink, which we described up there. On screen change, just when it's not equal to null, then we're passing in this. So once again, if you look at on screen change is back in here. You pass in the sender and the event occurred. So the sender is the screen manager, and the event occurred is screens.peak. Okay, now remove screen is very simply we're creating a new screen. We're setting equal to whatever the first screen is. Okay, then it shows our hide screen. So on screen change, subtract screen.screen change. So back to here. That's the show hide method. And then the actual removable screen is removing it from the game components. Now you'll see in the main game class, when you create a screen, like main world, start menu, option screen, any menu screen, whatever level, you create it right here, and like when you go to Screen Manager, you're adding that as a component. Okay, so Screen Manager is a component, and Screen Manager has all of everything else. So you're just removing it from the actual game component list so it doesn't get updated and drawn and stuff. So scrolling down, and then screens.pop. So you're just removing and returning the object at the top of the system generic stack. So a very simple way of understanding this is we have a bunch of screens and we have a stack of screens, and that's how we keep track of it. That's how we keep track of everything. But that's all like freaking drawing and logic and stuff is going on in the game components. So we have a list of game components, and those are being updated and drawn, and we need to remove it from the game components as well to get that actual effect. Push screen, let's imagine exactly what you think. You're just pushing a screen on there, so we're adding the draw order inc, which is 100 right now, to the draw order. And then we're new screen.draw order. We're setting that equal to draw order. So let's see, add screen, which is right down here. So in order to add a screen, you just push, which is once again you're inserting a plate or an object screen at the top of the stack. Then we're also adding it to the game components, so it's that two different kind of like stack thing going on. And then on screen change, we're just adding the screen change, so that's also the event. So going back to here, we're also just checking, is it null or not null, really? And then if it's not null, then add new screen.screen change to on screen change. Really simple. Really simple stuff, y'all. Change screens, fun enough, takes in a new screen class, but we call it new screen. And then we're saying while screens.count is greater than 0, we're removing a screen. So we just keep removing a screen, okay? And then new screen.draw order is equal to start draw order, because we're back to a bunch of fun no stuff. Draw order is equal to start draw order. Then we're adding whatever the new screen is, and then we're once again using that whole event. So next time we will move on to the start menu, which we'll also discuss menu item components at the same time. And then we will move on to main world, which is the level, which we can already see is empty. And then we'll move on to everything else. Very simple enough, so stay tuned for the next tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you want, like or not like the video. And see you guys.